We're back with another Age of Mythology Retold casted game, and today we're watching something quite different. So today we're going to be watching Kvoth. If you don't know who Kvoth is, he's the best Age of Mythology player playing currently. He won the latest tournament. He's always around top of the ranked leaderboard, and he was streaming yesterday, and I don't know how this came about, but he was playing 1v2 against other players. So for context, Kvoth is about 2,100 elo, I think, or 2,200. And his opponents, I don't know which one's which, but there was one that was around 1,100 elo and one that was 1,300 elo. I'm not sure which one of these is which. But I was watching this on very low resolution, waiting to give blood. So I didn't really see it properly, but it's just such a crazy game. Like how do you, as the pro player, let's say, even kind of handle this? So back in the old game, I liked to play these kind of things where you would play 1 versus 2 titans, or I had a thing I think it was called the Moose AoM challenge, which is when I first started, which I used to play on Titan difficulty, which was the highest then, with the same handicap as them. So it would be 100% extra boost to me, and then see how many Titan AIs I could actually manage to beat. And you have to play completely differently to a 1v1 or even a team game, because you need to deal damage to each opponent quite equally and also manage to defend threats. Now, saying that because back in the old game, the Titan AI, I think, was a kind of similar level as I was to this. So not saying that I'm as good as Kvoth, nowhere near as good, but I think these guys are probably as good as a very difficult AI, which if you're a normal player, maybe that sounds like impossible to beat. But this is one of the best Age of Mythology players to ever play. So we're going to see what he does in this one. So he decided to pick Poseidon, which I don't know what the best god to pick in this, really. I think Poseidon makes some sense because you can put some early aggression on, although it's going to be very, very difficult to deal aggression to both sides, which is what he might need to do. But it does make sense from that respect. And also, if the enemy comes and attacks you, you do get militia for the buildings that go down, so you do kind of get that natural defensiveness. Maybe also Hades would have been a good choice in that respect. His raiding isn't as good, but he can be quite defensive. Other gods, not really sure what the best answer is. Probably anything with fast units to really get around and do something. So his opponents are AoM classic. He is the orange Gaia, and this is Blau Biri. Again, not sure which one was each elo. But if we look at what they're doing, like their early game is looking pretty solid. They've got a decent amount on each resource. Going to advance at decent times. Then this side, we're seeing Gaia go for quite a late advance time, but I imagine the Gaia has both upgrades. This is kind of standard Gaia play. Did he also get the extra heroes out? He also got, it looks like there's extra heroes. So this is a pretty good build. Now, what is Kvoth deciding to do? He's going for a stable. So he wants to get at least some aggression. Only going for 1 stable for now. Doesn't really want to overcommit to anything. Getting his Atalanta out, finding some relics. This is villager movement speed. It's going to be very, very nice. It's also getting that kind of passive favor in, which is also going to help if he wants to go for, I don't know, more myth units. He wants to go for more centaurs. If he wants to go for more god powers. And he's going to get some nice aggression with these centaurs, seeing that the Gaia player went up quite late, and he's going to force the Gaia player here off of gold. It's quite a brutal gold mine. And something that maybe is the difference between quite high elo players and maybe slightly lower is how you would defend this. So if you were to change how you wanted to defend this, also attacking this side with the catastrophes, which is being forced out. But if you want to defend this a bit nicer, what you can do is put the temple here, house here. So that means you force him out this way. He did defend this with the temple, but you could also move it out slightly to not be aggressed on by this centaur. It's kind of knowing the matchups. I think this is, if you're not against any ranged units, this is an absolutely fine way to defend. But if you're against something like a centaur, you just kind of you've just got to know that's going to come in. Also trying to get some good value with just a couple of units, forcing out some of these. Also, the sniping down the Caladria is absolutely huge. The Caladria at the top level is insane because it can dodge arrows, but you need to be on top of it very, very heavily to actually get that kind of value. It looks like the guy is going for counter barracks, which is absolutely the right play. If you're seeing Hippias, then you want to get the counter unit to that, which is Catapultes. Absolutely makes sense there. Then red so far, he isn't helping and he's not attacking. He's kind of sitting back. He's getting some buildings. So this is really nice building placement here. So he's seen that the centaurs are on the way and wants to defend his base. Rightly so. He's getting his Draugr to defend. I think he's in a very, very nice spot here. And Kvoth is going for both sides, which, yeah, is a bold move. Also looks like the guy is kind of forced up to this gold mine, trying to do some damage on this side. Watchtowers in, which is very nice. Crenellations is also a great option. He can go for these watchtowers unless the guy is going to get out some units. There are some catapulties that are going to force out. So I think apart from forcing a bit of idle time early, I don't think Kvoth's got that much damage done. He's forced quite a lot of idle time, but considering there's two of them, it isn't massive. And red's defending his base so nicely this side, getting even a little cheeky wall up here. I think the centaur can sit in this little pocket and go for this wood line, which is, I assume, what he's going to try and go for. Can you see that? He can see that, but not going for that one right now. Just splitting up his Hippias into so many different groups, and yeah, he will fire over the wall just to force the units to run away. And actually, that is going to force the units over this side, which is much easier to attack. Which these Hippias, because there's multiple groups, can go and do it. These guys playing at their level, they won't be against people that raid multiple places. Looks like Kvoth wanted to go for a town center, and that's a really nice Carnivora from Gaia here, just to put a stop to this, or at least slow it down quite considerably. Unfortunately, didn't get it right at the start where you actually can deny it. And actually, red has loads of units here. Kvoth not paying attention. Is going to lose his centaur. Doesn't want to lose that one. Is going to lose his Hippias, even this Hippias as well. Forces out the ceasefire. The ceasefire makes sense. The Carnivora is going to do so much damage to this settlement that it can be rushed down later on, and didn't want to lose the Atalanta Hippias. So I do think that was a good usage. I don't know how much value you're really going to get out of it unless both of the players on this side decide to attack at the same time and do some kind of huge timing attack. I also don't know how much these guys were talking, whether they're just kind of playing together or whether they're just, not really talking. But when you're playing games like this, it's definitely all kind of down to, regardless of your skill level, it's down to cooperating as a team, and that's always the way. It's always the way that you'd be winning in situations like this. Like Hippias raid coming in again. There's a couple of villagers here, but red is also attacking, and I think this is great. Rather than defending your opponent that keeps being attacked, he's defended his base well. Now is time to go on the aggression while Kvoth is going. So he's attacking this side, getting some nice villager kills, but also losing some villagers his side. Does manage to garrison 2 in, but does unfortunately lose 2. And there's a huge army here. The red could just do some decent damage here. Take down some of these towers maybe, just so the tower upgrade wouldn't do too much. But the catapulties, there's not many of them for the Gaia. I think he must have been hit quite hard in the eco department. There are some idle citizens, and I think idle citizens purely come from getting aggressed on so much. It's really tough when you start to play these top guys that just attack you constantly, because you do forget about other things like these villagers not really doing anything and deciding to go out here. Oof, I probably wouldn't do that. And red decided to be very aggressive, getting his longhouse, getting his Asgardian hill fort, noticing that there's so many Hippias not close, so why not just start aggressing, basically. Trying to get some wooden walls up. Unfortunately, didn't finish those in time. Also trying to get some raids off on his own. If I would guess, I would say red was probably the 1300 elo player. Get some good aggression. Taking a nice trade here. Going to take down all 3 Hippias to lose 1 Berserk. Lose 1 Berserk. One for 3. Absolutely fine trade. Doesn't have upgrades for his raiding cavalry, though. Probably wants to get those, considering he's got so many. But while this is happening, there was a raid. Did garrison in. So that was nice. But Asgardian Hill Fort is definitely going to go up here. Well, not definitely, but you'd assume. Yeah, 15 seconds. Now it's definitely. But Kvoth, just relentless with the raids. Oh, and the units, they're not going to be garrisoned here because he's paying attention elsewhere. There's a little bit of a fight going on down this side, which is a little bit confused. Oh, so many villagers going down. There are some catapulties that want to do some damage, but he can probably evade those ones. Does manage to take down 1 Hippias, 2 Hippias going, 3. But that was so many villager kills. If we look at the villager differential, they're quite close. Like, they are quite close. As soon as someone is attacking me from more than one location, I fall apart. Yeah, it's a really tough part of the game. When you play against some really good players, they just stop you from really doing something that you're used to doing. You know, you just, because you're defending the raid, it means that you're not paying attention to your villagers, or maybe one of your waypoints kind of slips, or maybe you forget to get eco upgrades. So much happens, whereas Kvoth is all over the map, gets a villager kill here. Also trying to get some villager kills on this side. This was a really nice idea to put the villagers here, but unfortunately the Hippias are getting in the way of the hill fort. Yeah, it's a decent amount of units though, should be able to defend, but Kvoth will just pick off all these low HP guys. Trying to get some good damage on this side. Oh, and there's a tiny little bit to get out. So the villagers, most of them survive, so that is nice for red. But these are going to get chased around. Also going for this gold mine. That's a wild choice. Why do you go for this gold mine? He sees this one. I don't know. Maybe he wants to be close to his reinforcements. Maybe that's the idea. I think Kvoth's going to need to change into something else. The catapulties are in for the Gaia, and he's got, yeah, he has the counter now. He's got so many of them. It's going to be pretty scary to really deal with those. Does get a second town center up as well, which is nice. We like to see that. Got some good rhinos on it. But red is Frey, and he has the portable rams in the classical age, and that's what he's going for. Is he going for the temple or just straight for the town center? Looks like a lot of Kvoth's Hippias are kind of being chased around by the catapulties, and it looks like he's going temple first. Then what is he going for? Does see lots of militia pop out, but throwing axemen are there to deal with that. Locks onto them pretty quickly, and the portable rams are in. There's not much can really deal with those apart from the militia, so the throwing axeman Draugr combo can deal with that. The Hippias are going to get back. I think red he has so many units, and town center will go down. Kvoth does have this town center half HP, so he is okay. While this is going on, it's what the top guys do. They get raids done while they're being attacked, but catapulties are in, and will take a decent chunk down. While this is going on, the main base being obliterated by all these siege weapons, but the militia are coming in, and this is the benefit of playing Poseidon. You don't need as many units back to deal with this. You can't just have pure siege weapons, because they are going to go down eventually. And there's actually so many militia. Unfortunately, these raiding cavalry are getting a bit confused, going for a storehouse. You definitely don't want to do that against Poseidon. He just gets free stuff. You want to be attacking these, and does manage to take down those expensive siege units. And that does put a stop to the push. Definitely wanted to keep those guys alive. They're so expensive. I mean, look how many militia there are. 24. Rhea also in for I Am Classic the Gaia. See what the eco's like. The eco for Kvoth, he's got quite a lot of food in the bank. Potentially heroic age. Is that the choice? Maybe just stay classical, just spam up everything. He's got pretty much full population, so potentially going up to the next stage. Also going military academy to Hippaspis, I assume. Or maybe get the medium infantry upgrade so that his militia are a bit stronger. Maybe that's the idea. And this trade, yeah, he has Spirited Charge, has Copper Armor, has his Lord of Horses. Gonna win that trade against Raiders. And now red is kind of struggling off after that fight. And our orange player here needs to put some damage on this side while red is getting attacked by basically the whole army. Is he going to see that? I think he might be coming to defend. It's just better to aggress rather than defend your allies most of the time. But Asgardian Hill Fort is going to be cleaned up. And unfortunately, red's going to lose so many of these units. Town center, is it going to go back up? There is a temple coming up. Heroic Age probably coming soon. Those gold villages, or these ended up being food villages, going to be forced out. Where did those gold miners go? Oh, he didn't lose them. I mean, they were on the front. Where do I see? Oh, he's got 27 villages. Looks like the Gaia has... How many does the Gaia have? Gaia has 66. And Kvoth has 56. So actually the Gaia has the most eco in this game. Needs to do something with it. Is as well. Behemoth coming in to deal with the town centre. There's only militia. Where's Kvoth's heroes? Atalanta is coming in, but town centre will go down. That'll be no town centre for Kvoth, so his eco is going to be even further behind. But while this is going on, you've got to get something else done at the same time, and that's the Hippias taking down all these citizens while Orange is paying attention to this side. Does need something that's not... Oh, it does have some Amillo in there. Nice play. He can't just have the Catapeltes because the militia is still too well against them. Also did get that medium infantry, which does buff militia up for those playing at home. Oh, this is brutal if he sees this. Is he going to see this? Oh, he spots it. And bringing the eco back. Oh, the Gaia moves back instantly. Kvoth also paying attention somewhere else. So is only going to get one citizen, potentially that second one for that raid. Oof. Militia only coming to deal with the counter to his Hippias. Gotta love that. And Dionysus on the way. For coming through for Spirited Charge, not Spirited Charge, Thracian Horses, which gives these things lifesteal. Also aggressing on this side. Getting the Herdmen. Herdmen are the choice. But yeah, it's just his eco, the red eco is absolutely shot. Should be enough to defend against these Hippias with the tower. Kvoth notices that instantly. Is going to do that split up technique. It's absolutely brutal to play against. It's so tough. Tries to get one dwarf, but doesn't manage to. So nice defense by red. Looks like all those citizens did manage to survive from the Gaia, which is nice. But where can he gather gold from? He can't gather here. Here is a bit out in the open. This is the only real place. Also, I had an oracle on it that's getting sniped, unfortunately. And I think Kvoth's kind of technique in this game has just been to keep their eco down. Just go for as many villager kills as he possibly can. And then he won't deal with as many units coming at him. Rather than going for the straight fights, he's just running away from any of these fights because he knows that he's going to lose them. The Draugr Ball is pretty scary though, but I think the Hippias are just sacking their lives just to make sure that red's eco is going down and down and down even more. We move over to his perspective, see how many he's got now. He's got 23 villagers. And just going down, 22. Atalanta's going to go down. It does take a couple of Draugrs with her, though. Only 3 Draugrs left. And the Hippias running amok. Is that second law? That's wild. Can we see it? Yeah, that's the second law. Where did it go? I mean, it does give more food the later it is on in the game. And some of these gazelles will move over. So maybe he's just out of food. Maybe that's the plan. Yeah, just has no food. Farm transition at this point is kind of tough because it stops all your aggression that he's going for. Hippias also just going for this. Did get Thracian horses. Absolutely makes sense. And the heavy Hippias go into town on this town center. Red's just defending his side. It looks like it will go down. Now, what's next for Kvoth? What is he looking like? He's got 1,200 gold in the bank. Did manage to get this down. Does need a farm transition. And probably wants Mythic Age at some point. Oh, this could be a huge catch. Bit of a snare, but the units are going to run away. Maybe a couple of raiders in there as well, just to slow these guys down. Didn't manage to get it. For the Draugrs, though. This Lord of Horses, though. These guys do get healed back up. And the Palace. Palace is just getting mowed down. This is the tech to get. Nice play. Oh, I thought I saw it. I thought I saw boiling oil. I do. There we go. Boiling oil to make sure that he can't just sit underneath these buildings. Oh, if we could see a building there, it'd be brutal. Hippias look on this side. Nice defensive position. Getting this Asgardian hill fort up. It's unfortunately still in the classical age. Kind of forced into that. Very close eco-wise, which is not looking good for the team of two, unfortunately. Hippias, yeah, just sniping these little units is always the way. Even though they are the counters, it just doesn't matter. You just take them out if you've got the pure numbers advantage. It's like one could be sniped now. It doesn't get sniped by that. That's the spot where the hill fort is. I hear militia going down. That horrible noise is militia dying. Yeah, stone walls in. You got it. I think it's a good play. Slow down Kvoth. It's got to be the way to do it. But Kvoth does manage to get his third town center as well. What's his farming eco like now? Does have... It's getting a bit better. Still hunting. Actually, quite a few villagers managed to hunt for a while from that, so it was a pretty good play. Yeah, sometimes the animation from the fortress doesn't work. Ah. I say, I did see the boiling oil to start with. Yeah, maybe it's just, especially in Spectator bugs a lot. Oh, can he get a snipe? Oh, absolutely huge catch on these villagers. Keeping red to how many villagers now? 30. He's back up to 30, though. So he is managing to produce some more. But the game's looking super even. I think Red hasn't grabbed another town center, though. I don't know whether he needs to grab... Whether he should have grabbed one at some point. His army earlier was looking very scary. Trying to get a good catch out. Yeah, this is something... Ah, looks like Red was running back anyway. This is something that, again... These top guys do. They move one unit across, so if you're not paying attention, all your units will run after that one, and then the other ones can get away for free. Just trying to get some good house value here. Also going for the watchtowers. Kind of left orange alone for the time being. Forward Palace coming in from the Gaia. That's nice. We do like to see that one. And Hephaestus on the way. Hephaestus is the late game god, which is maybe what Kvoth thinks he needs. You could go for an earthquake. You could go the other way, Artemis, if you really want to. You could say you wanted to attack this side. You could go Artemis, do a big earthquake and kind of push. But then that does leave you open to Red coming to attack you. So I think he wants to continue what he's doing, get his armory upgrades in. Colossus, potentially. Colossus are just a very, very strong unit at pushing, which is what he needs now. The Petropolis are good, but the issue is what we're seeing here. You need to really keep walling up and keep kind of building, pushing, and it's quite difficult to do that when you need resources to build more and more units. Ah, Kyroballister getting caught out. Probably not the unit of choice. Kyroballister against Hippias. He's going to get caught out, though. Also caught out putting a wall up, and that palace has gone down. So Kvoth is all over the map. I think Red needs to come and help, and he absolutely is. Bringing his units over. It's a bit slow from that stone rock giant dude. Oh, dying citizens all over the shop. Snacker Town Center. Assume Champion Cavalry pre-queue is probably going to be the choice. Forge of Olympus, of course. And then Hippaspis to deal with these. Red is in. He is in with his herdman. He's going to try and get a raid, I think. Yeah, trying to get the raid in. Does make sense to get the raid in. Looks like they all sneak behind. That's a wild move, but I think it's working out for him. Herdman raids aren't the strongest because they're only 6 damage. And villagers actually have about 6 damage. They have quite a lot. But still, some eco damage is good. Although Kvoth now does have his Plenty Bolt. What's he looking like? Looks like he might be saving up for a second one. It's got 155 favor in the bank. And it's, what, 2-minute cooldown or something? Yeah, 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. He should have 200 favor by then, so I imagine a second one coming down. Unless he wants to save it for a second bronze, but hasn't used his first one yet. He does have to deal with a Tempest and Gull Bursty, though, so maybe that's what the bronze is being saved for. I think it definitely makes sense. Also, the Traitor from the other side could Traitor one of these Colossus, which could be very, very scary. Polyphemus coming over to deal with the Rock Giant. The Rock Giant Draugr combo is getting a lot of damage done, especially with those Draugr specials. Needs to focus those down with the heroes, which he now is. And we get another Asgardian Hill Fort on the front, and the Draugr's going to go down. You hate to see it. Could drop a gate here. It doesn't do it in time. Sneaking that gold mine. Red still has some gold for the time being, but he might be finding himself gold starved at some point. But pushing through with everything. Throwing Axeman. Herdman. Yeah, Orange really trying to find somewhere to gather gold from. We could drop a palace here. That's maybe there was one there before with those stones. Or half-finished palace as well. I think Kvoth is attacking from every angle. He can also grab this town center as well if he wants to. It's out in the middle of nowhere. No one's really going to go over there. Now the Colossus are in. The Heliopolis are even in. The Hetyroi, the absolute late-game comp. Red is trying to get some good siege in. But I think the Colossus can take that down pretty quickly. What's the Heliopolis against Portable Ram situation like as well? I think that's what Kvoth is going for. Going after the siege weapons. They're normally pretty good against each other. Siege weapons. Not doing too much. Actually, it looks like he's missing all these shots, which is wild. Does this get ballistics? Does he have ballistics? Maybe he doesn't have it. He doesn't have ballistics. Maybe he needs to get that one. So he's a little bit better at aiming. These farm raids have been brutal. The poor guy can't even farm underneath his town center. Yeah, second Plenty Vault. That's what we thought. Don't know where it went. There it is. Second Plenty Vault. And the Tempest. The Tempest is in. I think this could be a pretty good trade for Red. But there's probably too many myth units here, really. Not enough heroes. How many heroes are we looking? So we've got only 3. So a lot of them are going to be changed into Frosty Boys, but not much you can really do about it. And the villagers turning around and fighting. You don't want to turn around and fight against champion units. They're all going to go down. It's fine to turn and fight against anything up to medium, I would say, but heavy champion, you just can't. They're just so much better. And Kvoth is finding himself in a pretty good spot now. Let's see if he can push. Also grabbing this town center. He's got more everything now. If he can find this gold. He's gold starving pretty well. Apart from this gold mine, it's the only gold that's being gathered from the enemy team completely. Is none here, none here. Trying to get some markets up is Orange, but he's just Kvoth is just constantly on it. Also gathering from this one, so Red can't sneak it. Cheeky play. We like the cheeky plays. I wonder if he knows about this gold. The Heliopolis coming. It literally just going to be Heliopolis. He's seen that they're missing their shots, so ballistics is on the way. And just siege weapons is all he really needs now to push through this side. He's got plenty of other units. Also got 285 pop if he wants to go for that. What's his resources like as well? He's not really spending them. I guess he's potentially going to get attacked from somewhere, then he can just spam out. I mean, he's going to have loads of buildings, right? He's got 10 military buildings, so probably fine. Also has conscripts for the horses, levy for the military buildings, so yeah, that'll spam out units quick enough. Just needs the siege weapons for now. In they come. The Colossus putting in work. Look, he's on 4k damage to these buildings. Look at him go. It's attacking both sides at once. Oh, the Golem Bursty's in. And I think that's going to put a stop to this whole side, to be honest. Golem Bursty's insane. Oh, what's Golem Bursty like versus Polyphemus? This is some kind of brawl. Against the Colossus would definitely go down. Look how tanky this guy is. Kvoth. He's in the chat. And Golem Bursty is going to manage to take that guy down. See a traitor? Traitor on the Heliopolis. Definitely makes sense. Take one of those guys down. But managing to push this side. Hasn't spotted the gold, but I think he's going to be able to push regardless. Not really getting many units out. Just going for the pure towers. Pure Heliopolis build. And now he's spamming his units out. Maybe getting every upgrade. Maybe that was the thing. Yeah, there's no armory upgrades left. Got everything in. Getting all these heroes. And it'll be full push right now. Yeah, overtaken the score probably a while ago. And just simultaneously pushing both sides is an insane play. The music's very calm for how much sieging is happening. Yeah, I mean this is so tough to deal with. Like how much does we're not going to see him hit it, I guess. But how much does one hit do on one of these Heliopolis? Not a lot. They're pretty tanky. Oh, we saw it. So about 10 damage a hit, and they have 650 HP. That's tough to take down. Seeing the same this side. They're all melee units trying to take this down. It's not doing enough damage to them. Hippias coming in just to assist. Hetyroi also. Asgardian Hillfort gets destroyed super quick. Town center even being grabbed. I think Orange might be out of this one. That's going to come down to a 1v1 sooner rather than later. The citizens, they're trying to bail, but I don't really think there's too much left. Felt like my army control for this game was pretty good. I'd say it was very good. Very, very good. And yeah, the Fray does decide to leave it there. Now everything being turned to orange. Poor guy. And well played by Kvoth. I think Red's attack over here was very, very powerful. It's definitely what you need to do if you're ever in a position where you're 2v1. Is if someone's being attacked, you need to attack the other player rather than come and do some defending. And if you didn't lose those siege towers, I think it would have been done so much more damage. But yeah, really well played by Kvoth. Insane game. Actually, we do want to look at the post game, surely. Yeah, we want to see. Oh, Moose, he did it again. He did it again. Not resources collected. Why can I never find this thing? Villager kills is what we want. 113 villagers. Oof. That's pretty brutal. And it was Moose, by the way.